Hi, this is Maths with BrushMyQuant. In this video, we'll be solving SAT Practice Test 1, Math section, Module 1. Let's start with the first problem. So what is 10% of 470? So we need to find 10% of 470. That means we need to find 10 by 100 into 470. So 10 will cancel out, this 0 will cancel out, and we'll be left with 47. Right? So answer will be option number B. 4x plus 6 is equal to 18. Which equation has the same solution as the given equation? And some options are given to us. So let's start by simplifying this equation. We can take 6 to the other side to have 4x is equal to 18 minus 6 or 4x is equal to 12. And if we glance to the answer choices, option number C has 4x is equal to 12. So answer will be option number C. The total cost in dollars to rent a surfboard consists of $25 service fee and a $10 per hour rental fee, right? So we have a $25 service fee plus 10 multiplied by number of hours as the overall rental fee. A person rents a surfboard for T hours. That means this becomes T and intends to spend a maximum of $75 to rent the surfboard. Which inequality represents this solution? Right? So 25 plus 10t and maximum is $75. That means this is less than equal to 75. Or we can write it as 25 plus 10t is less than equal to 75. If we glance through the answer choices, option D has exactly the same equation. 25 plus 10t is less than equal to 75. So answer will be option number D. The function g is defined by g of x is equal to x square plus 9. For which value of x is g of x is equal to 25. So g of x is 25. That means x square plus 9 is equal to 25. So x square becomes 25 minus 9 or will be equal to 16. That means x is equal to plus minus square root of 16, which is plus minus 4. The only option choice given to us is 4. So answer will be option number A. Each face of a fair 14-sided die is labeled with numbers from 1 through 14 with a different number appearing on each face. So instead of having a 6-sided die, we have a 14-sided die. If the die is rolled one time, what is the probability of rolling a 2? Now, since it's a 14-sided die, that means total number of outcomes possible are 14, which are the numbers from 1 to 14. Since we need to find the probability of getting a 2, so number of favorable outcomes will become 1 because there is only 1, 2 in the numbers from 1 to 14. So probability of getting a 2 will be number of favorable outcomes divided by total number of outcomes and will be equal to 1 divided by 14. So answer will be option number A. A printer produces posters at a constant rate of 42 posters per minute. So it's printing 42 posters per minute. At what rate in posters per hour does the printer produce the posters? So the rate is 42 posters per minute. That means in 1 minute, it's able to print 42 posters. So how many posters will it print in 1 hour? And 1 hour has 60 minutes. So that means in 60 minutes is going to print 42 multiplied by 60 posters. And this will be equal to 2520 posters per hour, right? So that means it will be able to post 2520 posters per hour. The function f is defined by the equation f of x is equal to 7x plus 2. What is the value of f of x when x is equal to 4? So f of x is given to us as 7x plus 2 and we need to put the value of x as 4 and find the value of f of 4. So that means f of 4 will become 7 into 4 plus 2, which is 28 plus 2 and will be equal to 30. Right? So answer will be 30. A teacher is creating an assessment worth 70 points. That means total points are 70. The assignment will consist of questions worth 1 point and questions worth 3 points. Right? So some questions will have 1 point, Some questions will have 3 points. Which equation represents this situation where x represents the number of 1-point questions? So that means number of 1-point questions multiplied by the points, which is 1. And y represents the number of 3-point questions. That means the number of 3-point questions multiplied by the total number of points, which is 3, will give us the total points corresponding to 3-point questions. So total number of points will be x multiplied by 1 plus y multiplied by 3, and that will be equal to 70. So our equation becomes x plus 3y is equal to 70. And if you look at the option choices, option number D is x plus 3y is equal to 70, and that is our answer. Right triangle LMN and PQR are similar, where L and M correspond to P and Q respectively, right? So L corresponds to P and M corresponds to Q. That means N will correspond to R. Angle M has a measure of 53 degree, right? So M is the middle angle. This is equal to 53 degree. What is the measure of angle Q? Since the two triangles are similar, that means their corresponding angles will also be equal, right? So that means if we draw LMN, so let's say this is L, this is M, and this is N, and let's say this is PQR. And if we know that angle M corresponds to angle Q, that means if angle M is 53 degree, even angle Q will be equal to 53 degree. So answer will be option number B. Y is equal to minus 3x and 4x plus y is equal to 15. The solution of the given system of equations is x comma y, and we need to find the value of x. We can substitute the value of y is equal to minus 3x in the second equation to get 4x minus 3x is equal to 15, or x is equal to 15. So answer will be option number C. Now a scatter plot is given to us, and we need to find which of the following equations is the most appropriate linear model for the data shown in the scatter plot. So let's look at the scatter plot. So if we extend this line to touch the y-axis, it will actually touch the y-axis around the point 0, 10. That means when x is 0, y is actually equal to 10. So if we look at the answer choices and if we start putting x is equal to 0, in this case, we are getting y as minus 10.1. So this is not possible. Similarly, C is not possible. So the only choices possible are B and D. Now, if you look at the line is actually tilted towards the left. And we know that if a line is tilted towards the left, the slope of the line will be negative. That means the value of M, which is the coefficient of x in this equation, will be negative. So answer will be option number B. Now graph is given to us. The graph of y is equal to fx is shown where the function f is defined by f of x is equal to ax cubed plus bx squared plus cx plus d, where a, b, c, d are constants. For how many values of x does f of x is equal to 0? Now, if you look at this graph, f of x is nothing but equal to y, and they are asking at how many points is the value of y becoming 0. Now we know that y is equal to 0 when the points are in x-axis. So that means we need to look at the points where the graph is touching x-axis, and we can see that there are 3 points where the graph is touching x-axis. That means for those 3 points, the value of y or f of x will be equal to 0. So answer will be option number C. Vivian bought party hats and cupcakes for $71. So some hats plus some cupcakes. Totally, Vivian bought it for $71. Each package of party hat cost $3. So that means 3 multiplied by number of hats, and each cupcake cost $1. So C multiplied by 1 is equal to 71. If Vivian bought 10 packages of party hats, that means the value of H is equal to 10. How many cupcakes did she buy? So that means 30 plus C is equal to 71, and we need to find the value of C. So C becomes 71 minus 30, or 41. That means she actually bought 41 cupcakes. Z square plus 10z minus 24 is equal to 0. What is one of the solutions of the given equation? So we need to simplify this quadratic equation. We can see that there is a 10 here and there is minus 24. 24 we can get by splitting this as 12 and 2. So we can write this as z square plus 12z minus 2z minus 24 is equal to 0, where sum of these two numbers 12z minus 2z is equal to 10z, and the product of 12z and minus 2z is equal to product of the first and the third term, which is minus 24z square. We can take z common, so we'll have z plus 12 minus 2 times z plus 12 is equal to 0. Z plus 12 common multiplied by z minus 2 is equal to 0. So that means z is either 2 or minus 12. So this will be our answers, 2 or minus 12. Bacteria growing in a liquid growth medium, there were 300,000 cells per millimeter during an initial observation. So initially, there are 300,000 cells per millimeter. The number of cells per millimeter doubles every 3 hours. That means every 3 hours, it actually gets multiplied by 2. How many cells per milliliter will there be 15 hours after the initial observation? That means after 3 hours, it will get multiplied by 2 raised to 1. After 6 hours, it will get multiplied by 2 raised to 2. Similarly, after 15 hours, which is 3 into 5, the number of cells will get multiplied by 2 raised to 5, which is equal to 32. That means number of cells will be 300,000 multiplied by 32. 32 into 3 is 96. The only option which is having 96 is option number D. So answer will be option number D. Which expression is equivalent to 6x raised to 8y square plus 12x square y square? So we need to simplify this equation and see if any of the option choices is matching this. So we can see 6 is common here, x square is common here, and y square is common here. So we can take 6x square y square common. From x raised to 8, if we take x square, we'll be left with x raised to 6. And from 12, we'll be left with 2. X square y square, we have already taken common. So our answer will be 6 times x square y square multiplied by x raised to 6 plus 2, and which is option number C. So neighborhood consists of 2-hectare park and a 35-hectare residential area. So 2-hectare park and 35-hectare residential area. The total number of trees in the neighborhood is 3934. So 3934. The equation 2x plus 35y is equal to 3934 represents this situation. So 2x plus 35y is equal to 3934 represents this situation. Which of the following is the best interpretation of x in this context? So the park was 2 hectare, residential area was 35 hectare, and we are multiplying 2 with x and adding that with 35 times y to get the total number of trees. That means x should represent the average number of trees per hectare in the park, and y should represent the average number of trees per hectare in the residential area. So let's look at the option choices. So the average number of trees per hectare in the park, that's what we were looking for x. So answer will be option number A. There's a graph given to us. The graph shows the relationship between the number of shares of stock from company A, which is in the x-axis, and the number of shares of stock from company B, which is in y-axis, that Simon can purchase. What equation could represent this relationship? So if you look at this equation, it is actually touching the x-axis at point 60, which is 60, 0, and touching the y-axis at point 40. So that means 0, 40. So in the equation, if you are putting x is equal to 0, we should get the value of y as 40. If we look at the option choices, put x is equal to 0, we are getting y as 12, not possible. If we put x is equal to 0 here, we will get y as 480 by 12, which is equal to 40. So we'll keep this option. If we put x is equal to 0 here, again y is 8, so not possible. And if we put x is equal to 0 here, y is 480 by 8, which is equal to 60. So again, not possible. So answer will be option number B. Circle A has radius of 3n and circle B has radius of 129n, where n is a positive constant. The area of circle B is how many times the area of circle A? Now we know area of a circle is pi r square. That means the area will be proportional to r square. So if you look at area of circle B divided by area of circle A, so area of circle B will be proportionate to 129n whole square, and area of circle A will be proportionate to 3n whole square. N will cancel out and 3 will cancel out with this, and we'll have 43 square. And 43 square will be a 4-digit number, and the only option we have is option number D. So answer will be option number D, which is 1849. Some data values and their frequencies are given to us. The frequency table summarizes the 57 data values in a data set. What is the maximum data value in the data set? So the values are already in the ascending order, and we can see the maximum value is 14. So answer will be 14 in this case. A circle in the xy plane has a diameter with endpoints 2, 4 and 2, 14. An equation of this circle is x minus 2 whole square plus y minus 9 whole square is equal to r square, where r is a positive constant, and we need to find the value of r. So equation of circle is given to us. We know a generic equation of the circle is x minus a whole square plus y minus b whole square is equal to r square, where the circle has the center at point a comma b and radius as r. So if we compare these two equations, we will get the center of the circle as 2, 9 and radius as r itself. Now the two endpoints of the diameter are given to us. So we can find the distance between the 2 points to get the length of the diameter using the formula square root of difference between the x coordinate, square of that, plus square of difference between the y coordinate. So this will become square root of 2 minus 2 is 0, plus 4 minus 14 whole square will become 10 square. So that means this will become square root of 10 square, which is 10. And radius will be half of the diameter, so will be 10 by 2 or will be equal to 5. So the value of r, which is the radius, will be equal to 5. The measure of angle r is 2 pi by 3 radian, and the measure of angle t is 5 pi by 12 radian, greater than the measure of angle r. That means t is equal to 5 pi by 12 plus 2 pi by 3, which is equal to 5 pi by 12 plus 8 pi by 12, which is 13 pi by 12. And we need to find what is the measure of angle t in degrees. If you have to convert the radian into degrees, we can replace pi with 180. So this becomes 13 by 12 into 180. This will become 2, this will become 30, and this will become 15. So 13 into 15 will be equal to 195. So answer will be option number C. A certain town has an area of 4.3 square miles. What is the area in square yards of this town? So the area is given to us as 4.36 square miles, and we need to convert this into square yards. And a conversion unit is given to us, which is 1 mile is equal to 1760 yards. That means we need to multiply this with 1760 whole square, because it is square miles. So it will become square yards. So 0, 0 will cancel out this decimal. So it will become 436 multiplied by 176 multiplied by 176. 6 into 6 is 36 into 6 will again give a units digit of 6. The only option choice with a units digit of 6 is option number D. So our answer will be option number D. Some values of x and y are given to us. For line H, the table shows 3 values of x and their corresponding values of y. Line K is the result of translating line H down 5 units in the xy plane. That means if the line H was like this, line K will be 5 units down in the xy plane and will be like this. So let's try to find the equation of line H first. 3 points are given to us. We will use the equation y is equal to mx plus b to solve this. Let's find the value of slope. We know the value of slope as difference of the y coordinates, so 160 minus 130 divided by difference of the x coordinates. So this will become 30 by 5 and will be equal to 6. We can substitute the value here. So y is equal to 6x plus b. We can take any of the values. So let's take the first one and substitute the values of x and y. So 130 is equal to 6 into 18 plus b. So 130 is equal to 108 plus b. That means b becomes 22. So equation is y is equal to 6x plus 22 for line H. For line K, since we have to bring it down by 5 values, so equation will become y is equal to 6x plus 22 minus 5, which is 6x plus 17. And we need to find the value of x-intercept. That means we'll have to put the value of y as 0. So that means 0 is equal to 6x plus 17, or x becomes minus 17 by 6. So the value of x-intercept will be minus 17 by 6, 0, and answer will be option number D. In the xy plane, the graph of the equation y is equal to minus x square plus 9x minus 100 intersects the line y is equal to c at exactly 1 point. What is the value of c? Since the two equations are intersecting, that means we can put the value of y is equal to c in this equation. So we'll have minus x square plus 9x minus 100 is equal to c. So this will become minus x square plus 9x minus 100 minus c is equal to 0. Or if you multiply with minus 1 on both the sides, so x square minus 9x plus 100 plus c is equal to 0. Now this equation has only one solution. That means it has to be a perfect square. So let's write it in the form a square minus 2ab plus b square is equal to 0. So x square minus 2 into a into b. To get minus 9x, we need to have this value as 9 by 2. That means b square becomes 9 by 2 whole square is equal to 0. So this value of 100 plus c will be equal to 9 by 2 whole square. So 100 plus c is equal to 9 by 2 whole square is equal to 81 by 4. Or c is equal to 81 by 4 minus 100, which is 81 minus 400 by 4. And this will be equal to minus 319 by 4. And answer will be option number C. 2x plus 3y is equal to 7 and 10x plus 15y is equal to 35. If you look at the values, second equation is nothing but first equation multiplied by 5. So actually we have only one equation in this case. For each real number r, which of the following points lies on the graph of each equation in the xy plane for the given system? That means this should satisfy 2x plus 3y is equal to 7 for all values of r. If we start substituting these values, so 2x, so 2r by 5 plus 14 plus 3y minus 3r by 5. We don't have to go further, right? Because r value of r will not even cancel out, right? So you'll always have a r in the equation and then you will be able to solve it. So that means option A is not sufficient. Let's look at option B. Minus 3r by 2 plus 7 by 2. So 2 multiplied by minus 3r by 2 plus 7 by 2 into 2 becomes 7 plus 3y, which is 3r, is equal to 7. That means minus 3r plus 7 plus 3r is equal to 7. 3r will cancel out and we'll have 7 is equal to 7. That means it is true for all values of r. So answer will be option number B. Let's solve for other options also, just to complete the solution. So r comma 2r by 3. So that means 2x, so 2r plus 3 into 2r by 3. Again, we will be left with r. So we have 4r here. So this is not possible. Let's try the last option. So 2r minus 3 into 3r by 2. Again, we are left with some value of r. So this is also not possible. So answer will be option number B itself. The perimeter of an equilateral triangle is 624 centimeters. We know that if side of equilateral triangle is A, perimeter will be 3A. So that means 3A is equal to 624. The height of this triangle is K root 3 centimeter. We know that height of an equilateral triangle is root 3 by 2A, and that is given as K root 3, where K is a constant. What is the value of K? Right, so let's find out the value of A first. So that means A will become 208. And if we simplify this, K is actually equal to A by 2. So is equal to 208 by 2 and will be equal to 104. So answer will be 104 in this case. This was module 1. Do look out for the next video, which is on module 2 for SAT practice test. Thank you.